Hello my dear students, welcome to the class of 11th English Medium. The subject is Statistics, Chapter 2, Presentation of Data, brought to you by Vitan Sir. Today we are going to learn the concept of cumulative frequency distribution. Now, to define it, the sum of the frequencies up to a value of an observation is called cumulative frequency, that is CF, and its distribution is called cumulative frequency distribution. That means the total of all the frequencies up to a certain value is known as the cumulative frequency distribution. Now let us take a practical example which you will understand better in this concept. Let us assume that you are working at a particular shop on the daily wages basis, and depending on the number of hours you have worked, you get 100 rupees per hour. Now, I am writing down the day and the earnings which you got. First day, you worked for 5 hours and you got 500 rupees. On the second day, you worked for 6 hours and you got 600 rupees. On the third day, you had some urgency and you only worked for 4 hours. You got 400 rupees. On the day 4, you earned 500 again. On the day 5, you earned 700 rupees. And on the day 6, you earned again 500 rupees. Now, these values show each day earnings. But now, you want to know that how many rupees did you earn for the days of works you have done. For example, you want to know how many money you earned till 4 days. Then you might want to know how much money did you earn till 6 days. So what you need to do is you need to make a total from day 1 up to a particular day's total you want. So that is known as a cumulative frequency. Let us check it out. The total earnings. For example, up to day 1 you earned 500 rupees. So your total earnings up to day 1 is 500. Up to day 2 you earned day 1 500 and day 2 600. So your total earning by the day 2 is 1100 rupees. Then by the day 3 you earned 500 plus 600 plus 400, that is total 1500. By the day 4 you earned 500 plus 600 plus 400 plus 500, that is total 2000 rupees. By day 5, in the similar manner, you add 700 and you get 2700 rupees. And by the day 6, you add 500 rupees in the previous total and you will get total 3200 rupees. So now this way, if I want to know that how much did I earn by the day 3, I will directly get the answer 1500. If I want to know how much did I earn by the day 5, I will directly get the answer 2700. So this totals of the frequencies up to a particular day, up to a particular observation are known as the cumulative frequency. I will take some illustrations to understand it better. But before that, let us know about the types of this cumulative frequency. The sum of frequencies up to the specified value of the observation or a specified upper boundary point of a class is called less than type cumulative frequency. Now we will explain this later in the illustration itself. This is the theory which you need to write it down when asked for what is less than type cumulative frequency. So the sum of frequency up to a specified value of the observation or specified upper boundary point of a class is called less than type cumulative frequency. The sum of the frequencies of the specified value of the observation or the lower limit of the specified class and the values succeeding to it. That means the current value and the next value. Usually what we do, we take the total of current value and the previous values. No, that is less than type. Current values and the next values total is known as the more than type cumulative frequency, and its distribution is called more than type cumulative frequency distribution. Now, if we make a cumulative frequency out of a discrete variable, it is discrete cumulative distribution. And when we get a cumulative distribution out of a boundary points, that is continuous variable, it is called continuous cumulative frequency distribution. We will just take an example and you will understand it better. A frequency distribution of number of children in 50 families of a region is as under. Now number of children is X, number of families is F. As you can see, it is just 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this is a discrete variable, as number of children cannot be in fractions. The total families are 50. We have to obtain less than type and more than type cumulative frequency distributions for this data. Now let us start by giving a title. Yes, always give a title. Less than type discrete cumulative frequency distribution. Now what we are going to do, we are going to need to write down the number of children in vertical format. So number of children less than or equal to X. So we will write down number of children, and besides this, we also have to write down the cumulative frequency. Number of children are 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now, for the first one, this is a less than type. So just follow the regular method. First one is 0. So the number of families which is less than or equal to 0 are just 10. So we will write down 10. Next comes 1. So number of families having children 1 or less, that is 1 children, or less than 1, that is 0 children, are 25 and 10. So total will be 35. Next, number of families having 2 children or less than them, that is 1 or 0. So we have to make a total of 0, 1 and 2, that is we have to make a total of 10 families, 25 and 12 families, that is total 47 families. And then at the end, number of families having 3 children or less than that, that is we have to make a total of all the children here, that is 10, 25, 12 and 3, making a total of 50. So this was the less than type discrete cumulative frequency distribution. Next, we have to find the more than type discrete cumulative frequency distribution. Same way, but we will write number of children more than or equal to X. The numbers will not change, just the title will change. Cumulative frequency, that is CF, we will write down the number of children 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now the calculation here will differ in a manner that we have to find out number of children more than or equal to X. That is families with number of children 0 or more. So that means 0 or more, that is 1, 2, 3. That means we have to make a total of all the families. So this is the reverse process. In the less than type, we start with just the 0 and then start adding up. In the more than type, we have to start with adding and then we have to subtract. So in the first step itself, all the number of families will be there. So 10, 25, 12, 3, the total will be 50. Next is 1 or more than that. That means we have to remove the number of families having 0 children. We have to take 1 children or more, that means families with 0 children, that is 10 families will be removed from the calculation. So only 25, 12 and 3, that is equal to 40 will be considered for the calculation. Next, we have to check about 2 children or more. That means now from the calculation we remove 0, that is 10 families, and 1, that is 25 families. So only 12 and 3 families, that is total 15 families will be there. Next, we have to just take families with 3 children, that is just 3 families. So this is how you create more than type discrete cumulative frequency distribution. So less than type means you have to gradually increase your total, and in more than type you have to gradually reduce your total. In the less than type frequency distribution, the observation which you add, its frequency is added. In the more than type cumulative frequency, the observation which you remove, its frequency is removed. Now in the next illustration, let us also take into consideration a continuous variable. Illustration 7. A frequency distribution of monthly income of 500 persons is as under. Obtain less than type and more than type cumulative frequency distributions. Now this is not a discrete variable, as you can see. This is a cumulative frequency distribution. So what we need to do, the number of values we will have to take in a single column. First of all, I will give the title less than type cumulative frequency distribution showing monthly income of 500 persons. The title I will give here is monthly income less than upper boundary point. UBP is the short form of the upper boundary point, and the cumulative frequency. Now As you can see, the monthly income starts with 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50, 50 to 55, 55 to 60. But we can't take the classes here. We just have to take the upper boundary points. But still, we will start with 25. So first value is 25. Then the upper boundary point for that class is 30. The upper boundary point for the next class 30 to 35 is 35. Upper boundary point for 35 to 40 is 40. Upper boundary point for 40 to 45 is 45. Then 50. Then 55. And then 60. Okay. Now we have to talk about the less than type value. As you can see here, the first class itself is 25 to 30. That means all the values are between 25 and 30. So no value is less than 25. Okay. Not a single value is less than 25, as all the values are between 25 and 30. So the cumulative frequency for less than 25 will be 0. Now we have to remember this concept that whenever we are calculating less than type values, the first value itself is to be taken as 0. So less than 25 is 0. Then comes less than 30. So the first class value, the number of persons 30, will be included in the less than 30 section, that is 0 plus 30, 30. Next is 35. So 35 includes 80 frequency and the previous frequency 30 is also included. So 30 plus 80 will make it 110. The next upper boundary point here is 40. So 40 section, the upper boundary point 40 includes 100, 80 and 30, as this is a less than type. So we have to take everything which is less than 40. So 100, 80 and 30, we will make a total, we will get 210. Similarly, we have to take the upper boundary point 45, the class 50 frequency and all the previous frequencies we have to take into consideration. So 30, 80, 100 and 50 will make it 260. Similarly, upper boundary point 50, the class is frequency is 150 and all the previous frequencies 30, 80, 100, 50 and 150 will make it 410. The upper boundary point 55 has 80 frequency, so 30, 80, 100, 50, 150 and 80 will make it 490. And when we add the last frequency 10 into the group, we will get the total frequency 500. So gradually one frequency is added in the previous calculation to get the cumulative frequency. So the total of frequencies say up to 55 is 490. The total of frequency say up to 40 is 210. So certain questions can be asked for this kind of sums. Next is more than type cumulative frequency distribution showing monthly income of 500 persons. Here we will show monthly income more than LBP. Here LBP means lower boundary points. So whenever we are calculating less than type, we have to take into consideration the upper boundary, and whenever we are calculating more than type, we have to take into consideration the lower boundary. Okay, so here the lower boundaries, as you can see, starts with 25, but we have to give the title for cumulative frequency. So the lower boundary is 25 for the first class. For the second class, the lower boundary is 30. For the third class, lower boundary is 35. Then similarly 40, 45, 50, 55. And then at the end 60 is there. So we will just assume that that is another class boundary and we will just write it down 60. That means we have to take these into consideration. So actually the points will not change, but the calculation of it will change. For example, the cumulative frequency for 25. Now here we have to take into consideration more than values. So anything more than 25 we have to take into consideration, and that is everything. More than 25 is 30, 35, 40, 45 up to 60. So all the frequencies of the data will be taken into consideration. So we will write it down in a reverse manner. 10, 80, 150, 50, 100, 80 and 30. So we will write it down in the reverse system. We will start with the end and we will add all the frequencies up to the 25 class. So 10 plus 80 plus 150 plus 50 plus 100 plus 80 plus 30. The total frequency, which is more than the list value of the observation 25, is all the frequencies 500. Now we have to talk about more than 30. Okay, the lower boundary point 30 is in the second class. That means the first class is ignored. First class is to be subtracted. So the first class 30 frequency will be removed from the second calculation. So just 10, 80, 150, 50, 100 and 80. We will remove the 30 from the calculation because that is less than that. We just have to take into consideration the greater values, the next values. Okay. Now after 80 frequency comes 100 frequency. So that means 30 and 80 frequency will be ignored for the 35 lower boundary point. So 10, 80, 150, 50 and 100. Just that 30 and 80 will be ignored. Next comes lower boundary point 40. So now we will ignore 30, 80 and 100 and just take 10, 80, 150 and 50. So likewise we have to drop 1 frequency from the beginning. Now we will drop the 50 frequency and just 10, 80 and 150 will be taken. Then we will drop the 150 frequency and just 10 and 80 is taken. Then we will drop the 80 to get just 10 and the last value more than 60. Now our data ends at 60, there is nothing afterwards. So more than 60 there is 0. So less than type starts with the 0, ends with the total. More than type starts with the total, ends with the 0. As you can see in the less than type, from the beginning frequencies were added up to the end. In more than type, frequency were started with the total and then from the beginning they were dropped one by one to get the final total 0. So they are the exact reverse processes of each other. The less than type cumulative frequency distribution and the more than type cumulative frequency distributions are the exact opposites of each other. We will take one more example to understand it still further. Illustration 8. Now if you see this question carefully, you will see that this is an inclusive distribution. As you know, first class is 1 to 50 and next class doesn't start with 50, it starts with 51. Again the next class, the second class ends with 100, the third class starts with 101, ends with 150, the fourth class starts with 151. That means this is an inclusive frequency distribution. Now for our calculation we can't take inclusive, we have to convert it into exclusive. Now we have seen some sums where inclusive were converted into exclusive frequencies and the method was find out the difference between the two classes. The first class is 1 to 50, the second class is 51 to 100. So the first class ended at 50, the second class ended at 51. So the difference between these two is 50 and 51 is 1, which is to be divided by 2. So you will get 0.5. Okay, so you subtract 0.5 from the beginning and add 0.5 to the end. Similarly, subtract 0.5, add 0.5. Subtract 0.5, add 0.5. If you follow this method, you will get a table where demand of rooms, number of days. The first subtracting 0.5 and adding 0.5 will get us 0.5 to 50.5. Next, subtracting and adding you will get 50.5 to 100.5. Again subtracting and adding you will get 100.5 to 150.5. Subtract 0.5, add 0.5, you will get 150.5 to 200.5. And continuing in the same manner, you will get 200.5 to 250.5. The final is total. The frequencies will not change. They will be as they are. Okay. So the total is 90. Now this is an exclusive frequency distribution. We will follow this frequency distribution into cumulative, less than type and more than type. Let us give the title less than type cumulative frequency distribution showing daily demand of rooms for 90 days. The title here is demand of rooms less than upper boundary points, okay, and then cumulative frequencies. Now the upper boundary point here, we will start with 0.5 and then comes 50.5, that is the first class, then 100.5, that is the second class, 150.5, that is the third class, 150.5, that is the fourth class, 150.5, that is the fifth class, 100.5, that is the sixth class, 100.5, that is the seventh class, 100.5, that is the eighth class, 100.5, that is the ninth class, 100.5, that is the tenth class, 100.5, that is the eleventh class, 100.5, that is the twelfth class, 100.5, that is the thirteenth class, 100.5, that is the fourteenth class, 100.5, that is the 15th class, 100.5, that is the 16th class, 100.5, that is the 17th class, 100.5, that is the 18th class, 100.5, that is the 19th class, 100.5, that is the 20th class, 100.5, that is the 21st class, 100.5, that is the 22nd class, 100.5, that is the 23rd class, 100.5, that is the 24th class, 100.5, that is the 25 150.5, that is the third class. 200.5 that is the fourth class, and 250.5 that is the last class. So the 0.5 which we have taken additional will have a zero frequency, okay, because it is something which we have added on our own. Okay, the frequency for the first class will be added as 0 plus 10 that is 10. Then frequency for second class will be added 10 plus 20 that is 30. Then third class that is 10, 20 and 30 that is 60. Then the fourth class 10, 20, 30 and 18 78. And the frequency of last class 10, 20, 30, 18 and 12 90. So this is the less than type cumulative frequency for the given demand of rooms. Next, we have to find out more than type cumulative frequency distribution showing daily demand of rooms for 90 days. Okay, now here the demand of rooms will be more than LBP, lower boundary point in the cumulative frequency. So the lower boundary point for the first class is 0.5. For the second class it is 50.5. For the third class it is 100.5. For the fourth class it is 150.5 and the last class 200.5. But to equalize both the calculations we are adding 250.5 as an additional value. Okay, so the additional values get the zero frequency. Now the first class more than that is everything. So total 12, 18, 13, 20 and 10. I am taking the reverse calculation, so dropping becomes easier. Total is 90. Next, I am dropping the first class here. Starting with the second class, I have to make a total from 12, 18, 30 up to 20. The last 10 will be ignored here. So 12, 18, 30 and 20, the total is 80. Now I will be dropping the second class now. So 12, 18 and just 30, total is 60. Then I will drop the 30, 12 and 18 only, total is 30. I will drop the 18, only 12, and the last was an additional value, so the total frequency is 0. So with this I will end the cumulative frequency explanation. Next time we will do some advanced sums based on the same concept, cumulative frequencies. Till then, stay tuned, stay home and stay safe.